What is good, ladies and gentlemen of the SFJ Nation? Listen, first of all, let me open this out by just saying, I just heard Eminem and Joyner Lucas's new song, the full track. Shout out to everybody who sent me the leak Jones. Keep doing that. If you really rock with me and you really want me to react to something, then keep competitive out here. Make sure y'all keep sending me those links, those Reddit snip. I like that. Now, I'm not gonna release it until the song drops because I'm not trying to upset Joyner, Eminem, or apparently UMG. We gonna have to figure that out too. That might have to be a whole conversation on its own. But so before I start, last day of tour was last night. I want to give a huge shout out to Futuristic. I want to give a huge shout out to my brother them Crip. Devin Terrell popped up. Brooklyn was the last city. Y'all know I love New York. New York's the Mecca, and I'm protected in the Holy Land. I just realized while I was performing, I was like, I got a lot of songs where I talk about New York, and even one where I literally talk about Brooklyn. But dope energy. Y'all know how New York be, though. Y'all know how to be like too cool for school. We went up in there, we had that joint rocking, huh? Dead ass, all that. My voice is like recovering, as you can tell. But let's talk about this Eminem and Joyner. I wanted to do a final thoughts about it, or my actual thoughts about it, and just kind of having a conversation piece, not necessarily not having any audio in it, because in my reaction, which is done and is going to go up whenever the song is out, I said this is going to be a song that I'm going to have to listen to multiple times, digest, and come back. Now, after editing the video, I reheard the song about 4 or 5 different times, right? And now I want to have a little conversation. We're going to have a Munfu about this on the Screwface Live channel. If you're not subscribed to that, you smoking Piscadell, dog. Like, you need to show you a Piscadell fiend, man. You need a Piscadell patch, man, for real. So, here's my little thoughts. Now, it's funny because I've been seeing some people saying that this sounds like Joyner's coming out the closet. Now, on my prediction blog, I said I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is, because I felt like maybe Joyner might be that. I've always felt like maybe he's had certain ways and certain things that he did that maybe he has some pent up things to get out. And to come out with this song, I was thinking maybe that's what it was. Getting to the track. Listening to the track. The beat is cool. I'm rocking with the beat. Here's my problem with the beat, right? And I couldn't quite formulate this in my reaction, and I'm glad I did this now because I can. And these are my favorite type of videos. The beat was too melancholy. It was too much. And this is why I say, that doesn't mean it's a whack beat. Doesn't mean, but I feel like the beat before words were put on it was screaming, please be sad, just please be sad. It's so hard being this community. It is sad, I want you to cry. This is supposed to be terrifying. Anytime something is fed to you that much, it's like, okay, we get it. We get it. This, like, I'll put it this way. If this was a movie scene, right? And let's say there's a dude walking out of a store from the hood, slow-mo, and he has beef. And that music starts playing. Before anything happens, you know he's dead and the scene is ruined. You're like, okay, well, you just told me what's going to happen in this. Something tragic is about to happen. And it takes away the impact. I just thought it was just like, I get the situation and what you're trying to say, but is it right to make this situation such I get it, it's a sad situation because the song is about not being able to come out and stuff, and there's pain in that, but I just felt like people who are like producers and people who like score movies or listen to movies and know what I'm talking about are gonna know what I mean. It was heavy-handed. It was a bit like I knew exactly what was going to happen on this track. I knew where we were going. I knew it was going to be said damn near, right? Cool. I was hoping maybe it would be a little bit more ambiguous of a beat, maybe more of a don't tell me how I'm supposed to feel through the instrumental. Let me just feel it, right? And you might be like, well, Stan is like a sad beat when you hear it, but it was the way he delivered it. And think about it. That's my exact point. Now, Stan is a sad beat, but technically, if you listen to the lyrics, he's talking as Stan, and Stan isn't sad. Stan is angry. And that's why that was dope, because if the song would have just been like, it's so sad to be an obsessed fan. Please don't be an obsessed fan. It would be whack. But he took you in a whole different way. He took you like, no, I'm going to talk as Stan. And you're going to see the frustrations, the joy, frustrations, angers, all in one of the Stan character. And that's why it was dope to me. So this one, a bit heavy-handed. Cool. Joyner came into the beat. Now, this type of song to me is Joyner's bag. It's Joyner's bag. I said in my reaction, Ross Capriati, the song where he's talking about that one girl, the girl, or the drunk driving, the driving stuff. I feel like that was a slept-on song because people didn't really talk about that much. What else? If I Was Racist, that's his bag. To me, he's a way better storyteller or talking about provocative issues than even a freestyler. That's one foot in the most terrifying sneeze.
Holy shit.
Dog, that scared the hell.
This scared me.
So, Rise Cover, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, all those songs. Well, now wait, put that down for a second. Now I have to show you because it's too weird now that you're just talking off screen. There's Munchfoot.
We out here, bro.
Yes, he's in there. You'll see his thoughts probably in a little bit. We got Munchfoot, whatever. We got his own shit. Anyway, so Joyner comes in there. Now this is his bag. Now I'm thinking he's gonna take me a whole bunch of different places. Honestly, I rock with Joyner. I like Joyner. But I'm not one of those YouTube channels, and I always say this, and I gotta keep saying it because y'all know this, that just be trying to make fan bases happy. I do reactions and my thoughts on music. And just because I don't like something or I think something's whack doesn't mean I think the person's whack. I always give you another chance, especially if you're dope. So, Joyner's verse was cool. It was cool. It was just cool to me. And it has nothing to do with the punchlines, the lyrics. The lyrics, obviously. The punchlines, the cadence, the rap. Nothing to do with that. This song was a song about something important. So I wanted it to not be surface level, right? That's where Tom McDonald, my biggest gripe with If I Wasn't Black or whatever, is it was a bit surface level, right? But he was on the right side of that surface. Joyner's was the same thing, where it was a bit surface level, and it just kept reminding me, and if whether or not he is, we don't know. It just kept reminding me that either he's not a part of this community or he's not used to talking from this place. Where it was just like, I'll put it this way. I didn't learn or feel anything new about that topic after his verse that I did before his verse. And this is something to me that's super important. This is a civil rights thing. It's civilian rights. Like, I feel like sometimes the civil rights thing gets branded as one thing. And that's what it was for the longest time because, black people, my people, have been getting the short end of the stick forever, and they still are. But anytime civilians' rights are attacked, I feel like me, and I hope my community would jump. If I was around during the time when there was the Asian internment camps from World War II, I would like to say that I would be on the side and be like, nah, that's wrong. Y'all just can't be putting people in cause. Y'all just can't do that, right? I wouldn't be one of those black people, well, it ain't me, so it ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I know how the buck spins. It's always whose turn. When minorities is just you put one bullet in the revolver and eventually you're going to blow your brains out because it's just until it's your turn again. So I feel like him being a little bit more surface, and maybe I was expecting more because maybe I was like, well, what if Joyner is a part of this community? And I heard things and maybe I was expecting more, but honestly, Eminem's verse, minus the punchlines, I will say Eminem can't help himself but throwing punchlines, and there's no problem with that. I even do that too in all kinds of songs. But when you throw certain punchlines in, they take you out. That Logic punchline took me out of the whole song for a second. It was funny, but it took me out of the song completely. Where I was just like, did you just bah. So that was cool. But his whole story, this is why to me I'm almost like, how are you okay, so Eminem's verse, he's speaking of somebody who's homophobic, who has a friend who is gay, right? And he's telling his friend that this is a choice. He's trying to help his friend. Can I steer you towards girls more? What can I do to help you pray this away, right? Then the friend commits suicide. And then he comes out and says, bro, of course you're going to hear us saying, what did you? And then his friend commits suicide. And then he comes back saying, like, he was too. So there was a literal arc in in his verse. It was like, you weren't in the same place. The character from his verse in one verse had a character arc where he was at one place in the beginning of the verse and a completely different place in the ending of the verse. And it made you, that story is literally like, wait, did that happen to you? Because it's like oddly specific. It's like, and that's what those songs where I was feeling like if Joyner's a part of the community, it would be better because you're speaking from it. So you can, those are those nuances that only somebody who has been through it can give. Like, it's not a surface like, hey, cops don't like black people. Hey, cops be beating up black people. Did you know some people call black people the N-word? It's not that, right? If you've been through it and I tell you a story about how I went into Starbucks and felt crazy because when I walked in there, they looked at me like I wasn't supposed to be a part of it, and that microaggression, that type of stuff, that's going to hit you 100 times harder than a song like from a white person like, sometimes black people get called racist words. Eminem's verse hit me like, whoa there, whoa. The bars, the punchlines threw me off a little bit. But I'm telling you right now, I think Eminem is talking, not like he's the person, but minus the fact that later on he figures out that he has feelings for the same sex too. Later on that, I think Eminem was speaking from the phobias of Slim Shady. And maybe he's had fans that have done that, and maybe that's a specific story. This song to me could have been Joyner on the hooks and Eminem's that one verse. Because literally it was like a 32. You could have split it to two. It's Joyner's song, so of course he's going to be a part of it. But I don't know. I feel like Eminem stole the show with this one. What do y'all think? Y'all put in the comment section how y'all felt about the song. I'm glad. I love doing these kind of videos. No edits, no music. Just me talking to y'all straight upload from the phone. How y'all feel about this. This is going to be a big conversation piece. So we'll see. Hit that like button if you rock with the SFJ Nation. If you rock with Screwface Jean. Like, comment, and subscribe, baby. We're on the road to what, 160? Yeah, we go up 10 every time. 160,000. I love you. My name is Screw. But I wouldn't be anything. And I mean nothing without you. The SFJ Nation. Now, got some big things coming up. Slime Shady EP is what I'm going to be working on as soon as I get home. Give me a few days, though. I got to get my voice back. Y'all don't want me sound like Eeyore on the project. So, yeah, man. It's going down. Love y'all. Goodbye. We out here.